Welcome to Life with SCG, and first up here is my crazy good drawing, which dimensions on that are a little bit off. I ended up going a little bit longer, so we're talking 1.8 width on this stand. I think it's 60 centimeters wide and 60 centimeters in depth. Perfect for the new 150 gallon tank. And this is just a mock-up at the moment, so we haven't glued it in or anything like that. So yeah, she's looking good though. So I didn't get any of the, glue and drilling and all that sort of shazam. But I mean, I feel like everyone's probably seen that a million times. And it's probably a good thing I employed Dad to do this job, because look at how thorough he is. Like, he's even bloody sanding it down. And yeah, look at him go. I wouldn't have done that. And look at this, it gets even better. Like, he's even got this little I was about to say blowtorch, air blower. Yeah, look, air blowing all that shit off. Look at, what a man. What more could you ask for? Good bloke, 100%. So the stand's finally done. So here's me now, being the bossy boots and directing Dad as to how shit should be done, even though he probably knows better than me. But anyway, obviously getting the stand into place, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Measurements are sweet, and now we just need to move the big BERTHA onto it. Oh yeah, I decided that I wasn't going to glue it down because I feel like big BERTHA is heavy enough that, will be sweet. And oh yeah, forgot about this part. We went in and put some foam mat down. Picked this up from Bunnings. Like, it was really good sizing, and like $20 for the roll, and it's sticky. Like, it was sticky as fuck. Like, it stuck well. I like this shit. Oh, I'd buy it again, that's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, so here's me, doing a bit of cutting. Very precise measurements, as they always are with me. And, here we go. Just got to make sure she's stuck down nice and tight. Get around the back and, stick it in. Now we're just moving the stand into position, and big BERTHA is going on. Look at her. Yep. Now we'll just, slide her around a little bit and...
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Push it. Push it real good.
So, time for the fun part. So, the tank is obviously in, and now I get to scape. So, first up, what I need to do is obviously deal with the undergravel filtration. So what I'm actually going to do is not really necessary, but I am going to put a little bit of gravel underneath first, just as a little bit of extra media, and it's been laying around, so why not? And and once that's done, pretty simple really, I can get to the good part. Let's get going. Why you should buy cheap rocks. Need scissors to open this. Crisis avoided. So, put another back here. So I suppose I should probably even it out a little bit. Might need a tool for that. I do have an Aquascaping pack on. Can't find it, but this will do. There's no real method to my madness. It's literally just adding a little bit of extra substrate so that there's some more beneficial bacteria. That'll do. Alright. Don't really need to worry about these at the moment, but that's obviously going to go there, and we need to fix up the other one because I haven't done that yet. Alright, that'll be perfect. Alright, so a little bit of an insight on the method to my madness. So I am going to use these coffee rocks as part of my scape. So really good, they're basically in it, but they're also made pretty much from laterite. So they should hopefully help out with nitrates and, you know, the process a little bit faster. I'm not going to try and explain how it works. I feel like I've got a bit of an understanding in my head. Dr. Kevin Novak explains it really well. Oxidization, anaerobic, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, look, me trying to relay that information would be a little bit like a dog's breakfast, so I'm just not going to do it, but I feel it's going to be beneficial, so pray for me. And anyway, the rest of the stuff that I've got, so what I need to put down first is obviously some gravel, and hot tip, especially if you live in Australia, so if you go to Bunnings after the weekend, what you'll usually find is a whole heap of bags from where, you know, assholes have like dropped them and like, you know, they're spilling all over the place, but they're reduced, and well, you know me, I love myself a bargain, so pretty much you'll get them half price, if not less. Like this one usually retails $13. You've got it for $4, there's more than half a bag in there. So living three. Same with this, like this bag of like Riverdale, it's like usually retails for like $25 and I think I paid 10. And then yeah, just 4. So yeah, you get the drift. So let's start putting it in. First up on the substrate, bit of crushed blue metal gravel, and then I go in with a little bit more of a different type of gravel, so I think it's like riverstone gravel, just to add a little bit of contrast, and then we've got a bit of a fine coarse red laterite sand. So now what I've got here is, again, so well, we're now up to the sand, so yeah, as you can see, it's, you know, nice and red. And what I'm going to do is it's really only going to go to the front and to the sides. Might not be everyone's cup of tea in the way that, you know, it shows, but I actually don't mind it, you know. Something different, it's a little bit fun. Oh yeah, and the purpose of the sand is, if you didn't see the first video, I am going to be putting in my Eliodii cichlids that I've got in my outdoor tank as my centerpiece fish, and also I've got Bolivian rams. I'm still deciding as to what goes next. I'm actually maybe also thinking my neon dwarf rainbow fish, once they grow out, they should be also pretty cool in this as well. So back to the story. The Eliodii cichlids and Bolivian rams obviously like to sift sand, so just to give them something to obviously enjoy instead of just gravel. I'm making a big mess. So because I've got the under gravel filtration, I obviously don't want to fill it over the whole part, because I obviously want it to be able to still do the under gravel filtration. So, as you will see now, scooping out the sand and putting it into position, it's a very skilled and, you know, tedious job. You need to be very, very good at what you're doing. Like, not everyone can do it. I've seen people struggle with it online, and, you know, I can totally understand why. Now to have a, you know, quick squiz as to how it's all looking. Oh, yeah, it might just need a little bit more. Just a little bit of a sprinkle. There we go, see? I told you it's a pretty hard skill to learn. You know, you just need to have an eye for it. All right, so what I'm going to do next is actually steal these bits of driftwood, and they're going to go inside. So obviously my bromeliads haven't done too well in the heat outside, so hopefully we can bring them back to life a bit. And then I've got another piece of wood, well, a couple of pieces that will end up back in here. So yeah, She's not looking good at the moment, is she? Anyway. Alright, so the benefits also of using the driftwood from outside is it's going to have some beneficial bacteria on it. So, going to crank it up nicely. Oh yeah, the next benefit is it's probably the more important one is it's obviously pre-soaked, so it's already going to be weighed down. It's going to be a bit hard to water those ones though, but we'll figure it out. What do you reckon? Maybe I'll... Okay, so next up we're going to get the rocks in. They're going to pretty much go, basically the idea is just in the middle and then just sort of put a whole heap of epiphyte plants in, and around the tree trunks we'll have a lot of Amazon swords that I've got to, you know, grown around the place. Should look pretty sweet, I reckon. Oh, I've got this sponge for a reason, so it's basically to place the rocks on, and then again, it'll be more beneficial bacteria if needed. Genius. Well, Dad wanted it open. To be able to. To be able to what? Clean. Yeah. Need something. Awesome.
Don't you need to leave this tank for a good week or so before you put fish back in it?
No, so we've got the sponge filters running in other tanks. So they've already seeded beneficial bacteria on them, and then you basically put them in here, and because this is such a large tank, and I'm only going to be putting a small amount of fish in there to feed it, they're going to be fine. Does that make sense to you? So basically the cycle of it is going to be kicked off straight away.
Just remember when we got you goldfish in smaller tanks?
Yes. Goldfish in smaller tanks. This is actually perfect because we're filming. Someone should tell my mum about goldfish in small tanks.
Yeah,
Do you want to be on?
No.
So goldfish have a very big bioload compared to a lot of fish, and you would have started your cycle, but because my other tanks, so I've got a sponge filter out in the main tank over there, for example, like a big one. So I plonk that in here, and it's going to see the rest of this.
You're going to swap the filter across to there.
No, it's a spare one. So what I've already done, that's why I've got heaps of spare. These are only small ones, but you know the guppy tank in there, there's like 3 big filters in there. One's not even running. So what it's actually doing is it's seeding beneficial bacteria on it, and then you can pull them out and you can put them into other tanks to help them start up.
You're going to put some pretty guppies in there. But
No. The guppies need to go to the fish store. I told you. They're going to make a nice fish patty.
pretty.
Do you want me to set you up a guppy tank at home?
No, your father would go ballistic.
But you just said they're pretty. So
They are pretty.
You just said that you want them.
They're really pretty, but like I just said, father would go ballistic.
Nah, you'll be right. I reckon he's coming round.
I don't think so.
I reckon he is.
I don't think so.
I reckon he's starting to see the light.
I guarantee it's not.
Out of rocks. Got a few on my head though.
Unbelievable, like fried just disappeared in that, huh?
What do you mean they ate them?
There was so many of them. Before you saw them,
Yeah, do you know how hungry fish get?
I was feeding them.
Yeah, but I need to put you on a live stream with like.
But why would they eat the babies? That's just wrong.
Because they're fish. Yeah.
But then they're on there looking for them.
Yeah, but it may not have been the actual parents, it may have been the other ones that ate the other ones' babies. The guppies eat their babies too a lot of the time, but then it just gets out of control.
What's that? What are you meant to do? Take the fish out when they've got babies?
Yeah, or take the babies out and move them to another tank. And I didn't have the setup, so hence why I wasn't phased. They'll have more. Well,
How often do they lay eggs, those ones?
I think they're about monthly. Might be sooner. I don't know, you just need to fatten them up.
And then how do the babies survive once they're away from the parents?
You've got a hand wear it. How does a kitten survive if it's away from its mum?
But that's different.
No, it's not.
The kitten you
Oh,
feed with a bottle.
Well, no, so it depends if there's a food source. So if you've got a food source in the tank, so that's why like a lot of my tanks, if you look at them, I let like the mum tries and stuff like that build up. It's like, have you seen that there's a baby in that tub?
No.
There's-
Your father told me you saw one.
Yeah, there's a baby out there in that tub and we've done nothing with it. Perfect, I reckon.
Hey?
Alright, so we're pretty much done with Hardscape now, and what I'm going to do is just go and steal plants from all over the place. Yeah, pretty much the idea is I'm just going to go in with lots of swords. I've got them growing in a lot of plants. I've got a lot of other plans for tanks, so we won't go there now though. So let's just get cracking. Alright, guppies are probably going to hate me, but I am about to steal these swords, and I've also got some crits down there as well that are going to come out. So guys, hope you enjoy your bare bottom tank. Alrighty, we got my first sword, and here I am just plucking a few of those dead leaves off. And good thing about plants is they'll grow back. Look at those roots. Oh, that already looks good. So these ones are variegated, so they've got a nice pretty marble pattern on them. Yeah. Let's put this one over this side, I reckon. gonna be perfect. Alright, so we've got some crisp. Just gonna place these guys at the front. Alright, so I reckon I'm done with the planting. I'm not going to go overboard because I've learned plants grow and, you know, we'll get more of them. And I've got more around the place anyway, so I just need to nurture them. But I reckon it looks pretty good at the moment, so I think it's time to fill her up and see how she looks, and then I can decide probably more see if I need any more in there, but I really don't think I do. So let's start filling. And hope it doesn't end up as a big red mess, which I do somewhat predict is going to happen. Because I didn't wash any of it. But it should just hopefully filter down. This might take a while. Okay, so if you've been playing along and watched what I've done up to this point, you would have noticed and heard that I did not wash the substrate. And I am obviously filling it up at the moment, and look at how clear this water is. So I think it's got something to do with obviously the oxidization, ions, all the, you know, those chemical processes that I don't really know how to explain to someone else. Obviously there's better people out there to do that, and but yeah, you know, pretty cool. And you know, obviously small things amuse small minds. But yeah, I just gobsmacked at how crystal clear it was coming out when I was expecting a big old red mess. And over the like in the corners, it looks a little bit like dry ice or something like that's in there. So yeah, anyway, pretty cool. Let's move on. Okay, so she's now full, and yeah, she's really cloudy now. That wasn't because of the substrate. She was still nice and clear, but I did go in and add in the sponge filter, which I obviously gave a really good squeeze. I do have another one. Yeah, it's obviously dirtied it all up, but it's going to seed the rest of the tank. Yay! All right, so we're up to the next morning, and I probably should have gotten out of my PJs, but you know, here's a bit of a time lapse of me sorting out the aquaponic filtration. Needed to make a few amendments, and probably should have sorted out that wedgie as well while I was at it. But anyway, enjoy. And yeah, here I am. I've changed things up. Also added in a spray bar just for a little bit more surface agitation now that we've got the bigger tank. And she's working like a treat, which I will show you next. So here's where we're currently up to, and yes, the tank is quite cloudy at the moment, but she'll clear up over the next couple of days. I did dirty her up a little bit more with some extra sponge filter, just trying to seed it a little bit better. And here's some of the new inhabitants. So I did get some green tiger barbs, and I picked up a school of 20 lemon tetras. Yeah, look, a little bit naughty, not quarantining, but I did get them from local fish stores that I've had, you know, good luck with in the past. So, and most of the other fish have come from them, and I've not had any issues in the past. So yeah, these guys were a mission to catch out of the outdoor tank, and they're slowly starting to get comfortable in the new tank, and I reckon they're going to love it. Their colours at one point were really starting to pop. It's not showing up on camera, and eventually those sponge filters will be moved out once the tank is up and running and established. So now I will just stop talking and just leave it with a little bit more footage, and these really fucking cute cories, like, they're just going nuts.